Space age, I remember growing up early 50s and seeing regular planes and jets. It wasn't till I was in the Army in '69 that I actually rode on my first plane, actually later a jet. Now, around 1960, when John Kennedy became president, we started, we had sent a rocket up with a monkey. I think the Russians did Sputnik or whatever it was with a dog. And around 61 or somewhere around there, we started putting man in a rocket, and they would circle the Earth. And people like John Glenn. And then, as you got towards the end of the 60s, we actually sent a man to the moon. And towards the later part of the, or early part of the 80s, well, even before that, we had the shuttles. Going back, we had the shuttles. And that continued into the 80s. And we had one space accident. It was horrible. Well, actually, we had two. First one was a Challenger. And then we had another one. Challenger had blown up, going halfway up. We lost him. A few years later, as we were in Glendale, 87, the shuttle was coming back, and we could hear it, over in the sky over our house. I'm thinking about something that's happened. We turned on the TV, and it had started disintegrating over California and perished in Arizona. And towards, towards the end of the 90s, we stopped the shuttle program. But we are beginning, private companies, or one particular private company has sent rockets up to the space station. I think we started that space station probably in the 90s. So I think man wants to be on the moon or something. I don't see it happening in my time. I don't see Mars happening. So we've had vehicles land there. But back in the 60s, Star Trek, a lot of future scientists were, had visions. They went to school. They were inspired by Star Trek. I've been fortunate to go to Florida and also Houston, where they train, where they actually shoot off the rockets in Florida to get trained in Houston. That's great. It's been great.